Greetings and salutations, YouTubers and malefactors. Back here at Stoplogic Motorsports, and we're going to be putting together a little ultrasonic. Honestly, at this point, given the condition of those jets, I should probably consider just getting new jets for the deal. But we're gonna try and get these bad boys clean. So, old trick cleaning jets is adding some pine sol, in this case pine glow, to your mix. Now if you do the whole carb body with this, you want a 25% mix of this or less, because the pine glow is actually pretty dang strong and will eat the anodizing off of your carburetor. Perfectly safe for jets though. But, you know, just to bear in mind, don't sit here and be like, well, you know, a little bit of carburetor or a little bit of pine sol goes a long way. Why don't I just use it all pine sol? I did that, and my carburetor came out basically with smudgy metal coming off of it. This is your common $80 parts cleaner from Amazon. I had the Harbor Freight one that I used for years, but I burnt it up. And you can actually see the video where I burnt it up when we had the snowocalypse in Austin, and I was basically rebuilding a carburetor in the seat of my truck and in my kitchen here, my old house. So, turn this bad boy on, and it's kind of nice to have the heated setting on. I like to set it to 50. And I'm going to run this 10 minutes on the heated setting. Get that bowl done up. And yeah, I could pull the whole carb off and do this, but the rest of the carb looks like it's in good shape. So we're gonna set that face down. Let's go ahead and set it sideways. And cover this up and so the question's going to be, what am I going to do with this old gasket? I mean, it's not in terrible shape. It does need a cleaning. It's not really brittle or anything. So what is a good way to recondition gaskets if you're just looking to reuse it? This is going to sound a little funny, but I'm going to grab some high mileage motor oil and soak this in it while I get the carb kind of basically repaired here. And I went ahead and ordered some new jets and everything for this, so you know, I'm gonna get this thing done up right. Well, so I've taken the carburetor about as far as we can go for right now. I can probably try and get it back together with the parts that I have, but to be honest, it'd be better if I also just kind of get those new jets and see if I can make something out of that. Well, enough. Everything's milled fairly clean in this Keepa carb. This Keepa might be a Keepa. Ha 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 ha. So, and since we don't have this thing really tuned, what I'm going to do is go all the way in on the fuel air screw, and then we're going to go basically 2 turns out. That's a good starting place for one of these air striker carbs. So 1 turn, 2 turns, 2 turns out. I have a feeling this thing's gonna settle. That's another deal, is I'm gonna turn that idle down a smidge. That was one thing I had trouble with my PWK 36 and the RM125, is I couldn't get it to idle right for quite a while. We're gonna start with these as base settings and then just work from there. I'm probably going to have to rejet it when I get the new lid and snorkel on here, so that's going to be ordered pretty much immediately. And I guess in the meantime, while I'm killing time, I'll go ahead and put a new tube in the tire. These things are a little bit beat, but I mean, for the winter riding season, I might as well use them up. You know, waste not, want not, right? Well, you guys don't need to see another video of me struggling to do tires, so. Here's Malefactor back here at Stop Logic Motorsports, and well, we have our new tube in, just seeing if that's holding air. Got the air filter out, and we're about to do a little, yeah, funny enough to say, a product plug. So, you see all those ads all over your Facebook feed and Twitter and whatever other social media you happen to use for the WR products. You know, cleaning stuff and filter cleaner and muck off, all that stuff. Well, I tell you what, there is actually one of these products that I'm actually swearing by. That's my bucket of the F3 WR Products Cleaner. And this is the KDX 200 filter. So far we've cleaned about 5 filters in this goo. Still smells like bubble gum. And yeah, this is what we start with, so let's see where we go from here. Now supposedly this stuff is good for 10 filters. So I'm probably rolling on the end of its life expectancy. And so this is either filter, let's see, 1 CRF 450RL, 4 KTM filters, 1 CRF 150 filter. Alright, so this is filter number 7. Alright, so we've got most of the oil out of there, and what they say from here is wash it and it suds up. Now I'll tell you what, I'm gonna be honest, this stuff does have a bunch of schmutz at the bottom, so I'm a little skeptical. So far it looks a lot better, but let's get the washing part going. But also the smell will keep you from getting chased out of the house by the real boss. We all know who the real boss is when it comes to that house. Get a bunch of stinky stuff in there, wind up sleeping on a couch. Alright, Mr. Hose. I probably should have relocated that before I wet my tools, but whatever. Alright, so, oh, would you look at that? So these high flow filters are kind of a beige stock, and that's the stuff with what is it, 7 filters in it, so I mean still going strong. I think I'm gonna have to re-up my stash. So yeah, if you're curious about this F3 filter product, I would say that you could do a lot worse with your filter choices, your cleaning choices. I would say the only thing that comes close to being this good at cleaning a filter is either straight gasoline or Motul in the big jug. And straight gasoline eats your seams and kills your filters. And the Motul, well, it's kind of stinky. So yeah. Well, let this thing dry out overnight. Get you re-oiled, and to kind of buttress what I was talking about earlier with the carburetor rebuild on it, I decided to pull out the old Makuni, or the old Kian PWK35, and I'm in the process of ultrasonicking the living bejesus out of it to see if we can revive that carburetor. And we'll see what we can do about it. I think we might be able to be on to something about getting that old Keen up and running. Well, Hopefully you guys enjoyed this as much as I did. That filter came up nice and clean. And to double check the validity of the good smell, the first 2 filters I cleaned with it I left on the dining room table to see if I would elicit any sort of complaints or if I would get grounded. So we're still plugging away. I don't think I'll have it ready for tomorrow, but most likely this 350 is going to be seeing some love tomorrow at the track. Well, if you like the content, like and subscribe. If you don't, feel free to criticize me harshly. I also take payment in attaboys, and I'll see you guys in the next one.